What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Circle of Debate. I am your host, Mike De Niro, and today I got a very special guest with me, the man who has a big match coming up this Friday at PCW Ultra set in stone. I got the gravity of Renegade, Lucas Riley, with me. What's good, man?
What's up, man? How are you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Cannot complain. Um, Ready for this big match coming up on Friday.
Most definitely, huge match. Like I said, PCW Ultra set in stone this Friday. You're going to be going against Casey Navarro, who's well-traveled and holds many titles. So what's your thoughts on Casey Navarro and your strategy going into this matchup?
Thoughts on Casey Navarro strategy? So here's the thing. Um, this will actually be my second bout with Mr. Casey Navarro. Um, I've wrestled him once in Texas, and in that time in Texas, I really got to know Casey Navarro, personally. And then I went to battle with him, uh, and I'll be honest, that first match it was great. It was great. However, the outcome wasn't in my favor. So when you talk strategy, I know how he likes to play. I know he's very methodical. So
For sure, yeah.
I don't want to give my game plan away, but let's just say I think I got the upper hand this time.
Sounds good. I like the confidence. And you're going into this match with a chip on your shoulder looking for some payback, right?
Totally, 100%. Not only just payback against Casey Navarro, but I do got a chip on my shoulder, 100%. This is my third official time being at PCW Ultra, and right now I'm 0-2. I have not had an official win at PCW Ultra, and that's bothersome for sure.
Mm.
So I definitely need to change that. And come Friday, I mean, I'm looking for nothing less than a win. I'm not looking for, you know, uh, I'm not gonna go for maybe all these flashy, cool moves to try to. I'm gonna win. I'm
I like that.
trying to win. That's it. I'm gonna try to win. I mean, will it be entertaining? I mean, sure. We're two of the hottest young stars today, and I'm sure yeah we're gonna put on one hell of a bout. But I'm going for the win. That's all. That's all there is to it.
Most definitely. I like the confidence for sure. But take me all the way back to the beginning. What made you a fan of the business and what made you want to get into this business?
Totally. So my first introduction to professional wrestling was actually in, I would say, around like second grade. Second grade, it was like the in thing, like at school.
Yeah.
I remember a kid had like a WWE magazine, and everyone would huddle around the magazine and would be flipping the pages, and we would pass it around and stuff like that. And I thought it was so cool. Like I never even watched wrestling in my life, but seeing the magazine, I was like, "Yo, like this is so cool."
Mm.
And then I believe that was a Friday. So that night I watched Friday Night SmackDown, and I remember the main event was a steel cage match between Batista and Undertaker, where Edge cashed in at the end of the night. And
I remember that match. Yeah, classic.
that was the first wrestling show I've ever watched, and ever since then I was hooked. I was hooked. I was a big collector of professional wrestling memorabilia. Um, I actually started my own YouTube channel, just based on professional wrestling. I was hooked. Anything professional wrestling related, I was into it. I collected figures. I collected autographs. I would go to shows. And for the long time, WWE was the only thing I knew really.
Yeah.
Then the first independent show that I was kind of introduced to was Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
Mm.
Once I got introduced to that, I was like, whoa, like there's way more stuff outside of what I know.
Yeah.
And I started expanding. And once I started expanding and seeing all these other people, such as like Roderick Strong, the Young Bucks, Ricochet, a lot of people, um, I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. This is really, really cool. And uh, I went online, looked for professional wrestling schools, and that's where I found Santino Bros Wrestling Academy, and I just took it from there.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about the training with Santino Brothers. I know a lot of Cali greats came from Santino Brothers.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So I remember I would always go on that website, and it would always say you had to be 16 or older. And I think I was like 14 at the time, maybe 15. So I was like, all right, I'll wait until I'm 16. Once I was 16, I called Santino Bros Wrestling Academy and I was like, hey, I'm trying to sign up. Let's do this. And then they're like, ooh, sorry, you got to be 18 or over. And I was like, you're kidding.
Damn, that
Like,
sucks.
You're kidding. You're kidding. And at that point, I was just so determined. I was waiting to be 16 to join the school. I was so determined, like I didn't take no for an answer. So like, I remember also at this time, like I said, I had a YouTube channel just related to professional wrestling. So I was like, you know what? I see you could rent out a ring. Can I rent out the ring? Because I just wanted to get it. I'd never been in a wrestling ring. I just wanted to go into the wrestling ring. I wanted to try to hit the ropes. And then they were like, here, let's pump the brakes. We will let you do a private session with our head trainer. And I was like, all right, cool. So me and my friend, we went to Santino Bros. We did a private session. It was just the two of us with the head trainer, which was Robbie Phoenix at the time.
Yeah.
And so we did a private session, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I was told that I picked it up pretty quick, and especially for my age. And then I did another private session, and after that second private session, they were like, okay, we'll let you join the course, but your mom has to come and sign the paper, the waiver, stuff like
Yeah.
that, because I wasn't 18. And I was training with people that were like twice my age, but yeah, and I'll be honest, I understand why it's 18 and over, because it was really, really brutal. The conditioning, just like the physical aspect of training for a professional wrestler, it was really, really brutal. And this is coming from someone that like absolutely loves professional wrestling, that couldn't get enough of it. I remember sometimes I'd get off of school and be like, damn, I have training today. Like I'm gonna be so dead. But I remember I would go there and I would come out like, fuck, I want to go back. Like I can't wait to go back. But it was brutal. It was brutal, and I think that's why we have a pretty good reputation of the best coming out of Santino Bros. Because if you could come out of Santino Bros, I mean, you're gonna be Santino tough.
Most definitely,
yeah. That's pretty much it. But overall, I wouldn't want it any other way. I love the school that I came from, and any success that comes my way, it's due to Santino Bros Wrestling Academy 100%.
That's great. Speaking of success, talk a little bit about some crowning achievements so far in your young career and some accomplishments.
Yeah, totally. So obviously I have big goals, and then I also have a little bit of smaller goals. Being at PCW Ultra is one of my goals, and that's a goal that I have achieved. That's something I'm really proud of. Winning my first title, which was the Intercity Championship from Santino Bros. That was another a big part of my career so far. And then making my debut for New Japan Pro Wrestling, New Japan Strong. That was something where it was like, whoa, like this was like a huge goal. Where when I got it, I was like, yo, like this is crazy. Like
Sure,
I
I
had
can
to take a
imagine.
step back. I remember the first time I ever wrestled for New Japan Strong. I remember I was like probably like the first one there, like the first like wrestler there, and I was like just looking around. I was like, yo, this is insane. Like seeing the ring, I was like, this is beyond me, and so that's something I'm very, very, very proud of. But yeah, those are just some that come to mind right away. But I think also too, just having like a stable fan base. Honestly, that's something that's huge for me.
Yeah.
I have fans that will like reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter, and I always try to get back to them. But that's something that never like that that's never like looked past. Like having just a solid fan base is pretty insane, especially for someone like me that just grew up liking wrestling and collected action figures. Like that's huge for me.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned your debut for New Japan Strong. Tell us a little bit more about that experience and the match you had, and just being a part of New Japan at, like I said, such a young age. And I know it's a lot of people's dream to go to Japan and be a part of New Japan. So New Japan Strong is like the first step in the door. That's really awesome that you got to experience that.
Yeah, New Japan Strong was something that something I experienced that was never experienced before. It's like a whole nother beast. And that first match, it was brutal, and I'm glad I'm Santino Tough because it was against Jonah, and it was Jonah's debut for New Japan. Um, and I remember that when they first reached out to me, they didn't tell me like the match I was gonna have. Then I remember like a week before the event, they Jonah debuted. He like came back to like New Japan, and I was like, yo, like I have a feeling I know who I'm gonna face now. And pretty much when when I got to the I think they announced it like, or I think they told me like a little beforehand, but when I got to the venue it was like, all right, yeah, you're gonna be facing Jonah. And I was like, oh, okay, great, that's fun. So I'm, like I said, I'm glad I'm Santino Tough, but and yeah, that match was rough. I'll be honest, that match was rough, for me. But that experience I wouldn't change for the world. Just again, getting my foot in that door, which is something that I would never not be grateful for. But after that match, I had a singles match with Royce Isaacs. I had a tag match where I teamed up with Kevin Blackwood and faced Yuya and I'm blanking on the name. But I have his name. I have his look in my head. God. He's gonna see this interview and he's gonna be like, "Bro, how are you gonna forget?" But I promise. Keita Murray. Keita Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was on a 6-man tag. Yeah, I'm forever grateful for being able to have that experience with New Japan. But yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How is it for you to step in the ring with some guys that you see on TV, such as a Jonah? I see you had a match at Santino Brothers against Chris Bay. Like, what's that experience like going against people that are on national television?
Yeah, totally. It's very, very cool. Super duper cool. I will say, some things that it's like, whoa, like this is crazy. Is I know I wrestled JTG one time, and that was pretty surreal for me because he was someone that I grew up watching. I remember there was one time I waited in a line just to go shake his hand and get an autograph from him.
That's
So
awesome.
to be in the ring with him and work with him was something, was like, yo, this is crazy, because I had his action figure on my shelf. So that's something that was pretty special to me. Um, so that, again, stuff like that is never like took for granted. I got to take step in the ring with Juventud Guerrera. That was something pretty special.
Yeah.
Jonah. The list goes on. But every single time that happens, it doesn't get taken for granted, for sure.
That's awesome. So next 5 years, what's your main goals? Like what's your, I know you said you have small goals and big goals. What are some of those goals?
5 years from now, I would like professional wrestling to be a steady job. Obviously, I'm still very young. I'm 23 years old right now. Wrestling as much as I can, but I still have another steady job on the side. Um, Joey Chaos, he always says, like, until you got something steady going for you with professional wrestling, it's always a good idea to have your steady job, and then to
For sure,
provide
yeah.
for this professional wrestling, like, world that you're in. But so I would like to leave that job eventually, and make professional wrestling my full-time job. If that's signing a contract with a big company, or whatever that has to be, I want to make professional wrestling my full-time job. I do not see be doing anything else other than professional wrestling. Yeah, 5 years from now, I would really like for that to be the case. Yeah, I think that's that's my answer.
It sounds
Really,
like a good goal. Yeah, good goal to
yeah,
have for sure.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, you have a big match coming on Friday. Do you have any last words for Casey Navarro?
Casey Navarro. Okay. So here's the thing. Again, I know you know me, and I feel he thinks. I mean, I think that he's looking past me a bit. You know, he stepped in the ring with me once and he's defeated me. And I think for that reason, he is looking past me. And Casey, if you're watching this, do not look past me. I swear to you, do not look past me. Because if you do, you're going to get knocked out easily. A knee right to the face, you're done. A cutter 99, you're done. 1, 2, 3. All I'm saying is do not look past me because I'm looking for the win. I'm not looking for the cool fancy moves. I'm looking for the win, and that's all there is to it. So Casey Navarro, just be ready on Friday. Be ready. I'm gonna give you one hell of a California debut. I bet you that. But you're not gonna come out the victor in my hometown. So there's that.
I love it, man. So where could people follow you? Do you still have your YouTube page, by the way, or?
So I do have my YouTube channel. It is
Cool.
converted into now just Lucas Riley. So if you look up Lucas Riley Wrestling on YouTube, you'll be able to find my YouTube channel. From time to time, I do vlogs going to wrestling shows. So that's pretty fun. And you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Lucas Riley 099. So follow me there. I'm always trying to be active on both. Yeah, for any updates for the show coming up, the show details for PCW Ultra on Friday, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I will be posting on there. And then if you want to follow me past Friday, again, follow me at Lucas Riley 099. You'll see all my posts, merch, upcoming events, just clips from matches, anything. Follow me there, and it'll be greatly appreciated. But yeah.
Awesome. I hope everyone follows you, and definitely check out PCW Ultra Set in Stone this Friday. It's going to be an amazing matchup with Casey Navarro. And once again, I really appreciate you being here, man. It was a pleasure, and I hope to have you on. Maybe after the show, you could tell me how the match went, and I would love to have you down the line 5 years when you meet these goals. Come back as a big star. I would love to have you.
100%. 100%. I would love to, man. I thank you so much for your platform. Thank you for having me on here. Again, this is something that's beyond me, something that I would always watch, podcasts with wrestlers, and now here I am. So just
it's
a
awesome.
kid living his dream. So I appreciate this truly.
Most definitely, man. I appreciate you. So everybody go follow Lucas Riley, and best of luck on Friday, man.
Thank you, man. I'll see you guys there Friday.
Most definitely.